Welcome back to the Regional Radio Sports Network and Indiana Football Digest Kickoff Show. We're here with Coach Josh Shattuck of the Elkhart Central Blue Blazers. And, Coach, we're going to start with the very first game of the season. One of the great rivalry trophies in the entire state, the Battle of the Mangy Lion, Elkhart Central, Elkhart Memorial. For those that have not been involved in a rivalry game such as this one, talk to us about how special this rivalry is between two very good schools.
Yeah, this is obviously last year was my first year involved in it, and I'm not from the area, and I hadn't really coached in the area. I'm originally from Michigan, and then we were in southern Indiana, and so this kind of was kind of foreign to me as well. I think what's so unique about this game is that it's week one. And then the other factor about it is the two schools are in the same school district, but we're not in the same conference. It's just pretty hard to find two schools that close in proximity in the same school district, in the same system. So a lot of our players went to elementary, went to middle school with some of these kids, even, went to high school for a year or two with some of these players. So everybody knows everybody. It's the first game. Both teams are 0-0. And everybody's usually healthy or close to healthy at the beginning of the year. And I think that combination just kind of creates that really, really special atmosphere right off the bat.
In addition to Elkhart Memorial, you have Goshen as a non-conference game, but then you got two games against schools from Michigan. Talk to us about how that opening part of your schedule gets you set for a grueling NIC schedule as well as the postseason.
Yeah, obviously with our conference being a 5-game schedule for us, we have to go find 4 non-conference games. And the way our conference aligns, our conference games are the last 5 games of the season. It's really hard to find games in weeks 3 and 4 that are non-conference because most teams are playing in conference at that time. So we had to kind of branch out. Obviously, our school is 4 miles from the Michigan border, so going across to Michigan doesn't always mean it's that much further away. We play Monroe, Michigan, week 3. That's a school that's a bit of a hike for us, a little south of Detroit, about 2,500 kids. They were the biggest, most physical team we probably played last year. Maybe not quite as physical as Penn, but significantly bigger up front. So they present a lot of challenges for us. And then this year we play Benton Harbor week 4. They've been really good the past few years, a lot of athleticism, a lot of speed. And that'll be a really, really tough game for us. Both of those games are on the road. We got to get on a bus, handle the road trips, handle those things. And I think you're right. That really helps us as we move forward in our season to prepare us for conference play.
Summer camps and summer practices starting to wind down as you get ready for that first game against Elkhart Memorial. What are some of the surprises that have come up in the Elkhart Central camp that have really shocked you as you get ready for that first game?
Sure. We've had a couple individuals that kind of came out of nowhere that we knew had potential, and that's a word we use that we hate that word in Elkhart because you hear a lot about potential and if the pieces could get put together, or these athletes we have, and and it just hadn't translated and hasn't translated. And it's our job as coaches to make that happen. But we have one in particular, Jake Smith. He was one of those kids, thought he was a running back linebacker. He's 6'2", 240, and just would not struggle to buy into playing up front. And he has come out of nowhere at defensive line, and he's one of our quickest, strongest players, and he's got some weight behind him, so he's been really good. Linnell Cephas is another one. He's a really, really big kid. He's 6'5", and he is all of 350. He is big. And he's come a long way on the defensive line as well. So those are 2 spots. Those are our 2 starting inside defensive linemen. 3 months ago, we didn't think we had either of those guys there. So I would say the defensive line, specifically on the interior of that defensive line, are 2 guys that have kind of come out of the woodwork for us, very pleasant surprises.
All right, offense, defense, special teams. What has to click? What has to happen for the Blue Blazers to have a successful season this year?
Well, I feel really good about the strides we made. Last year was year 1 for our staff, and we actually felt like we improved defensively. The team prior, the year before our staff got there, was, I think, 37 points a game allowed. We were down to about 23, 24 points a game. That's not great by any means, but we felt like we were giving ourselves a chance by playing defense. So this year, I really feel like we want to build upon that, play defense really well at a high level, but we want to take the next step offensively. We know that we have a good, solid defense, a lot of returning starters. We need to find a way to score some points. We've gotten a lot stronger. We know we have team speed, but that doesn't always translate in northern Indiana. And October, November, when it's snowing or raining and 30 degrees, we've got to be able to run the football. So that's one of the biggest things we're going to have to put the pieces together on, is finding ways to run the football and generate some drives, sustain drives, score some points.
All right, Josh, best of luck to you and the Blue Blazers this season.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
All right, that was Coach Josh Shattuck of